Ladies and gentlemen, half an hour of testing and coughing later. Welcome to Grounded. Some of you may or may not remember this game was funded back in the old days, and then it sat in early access for a bagrillion years, rough approximation. But it finally came out, and so it got to the very top of the queue. That's how that works. I believe this is actually one of the very last of the old locked-in games. I think the only things left at this point, and I'm correct, are Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which may never come out, Deltarune, which is taking its time, and Baldur's Gate 3, ditto. And yeah, this stuff like this is one of the reasons we tend to disallow early access stuff for this kind of a thing. So, but we're finally here. I do want to say shoutouts and thank you to Mr. Red, Jesse's Mask, Codex125, and the person who funded this almost single-handedly, Pilot Shoss. This was so long ago that we were estimating this would be a single stream. So, based on everything I've learned, this will probably be an all-week stream. So I undercharged substantially for this one. But of course, I didn't know. Early access game. We already talked about this. Okay. So, where's my sound?
Hey, I'm Willow. Willow Branch.
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete. Alley Hoop.
Hey, nice to meet you. The name's Max. Maxwell Smalls.
So, we could be Willow or Pete. Which one do you think we should be? I mean, it just changes the voice. Apparently, History Maker asks us not to be Pete. I was going to pick her by default.
My name.
And this way, you know, Rax, if he joins, can be Pete. So, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Boop. We'll call this the Lore Walker Guard. Because their voice actors suck. Worst voice actors ever. 0 out of 10. This is a multiplayer match, yes.
You can't run from me, you foul beast! You think you outsmarted me? The mighty Muldoon? I don't think so, Yokes Girth!
Stay tuned for what happens next on Yokes Girth. Now a word from our sponsor.
Kids, are you ready for a new wild and wacky Punch-O fruit flavor? Introducing Apricot. It's a punch to the gut. So stop by, fill up, and make sure you get your Billy Hog hot dog before you jet away.
Good morning, Brook Hollow. Today is October 20, 1990. This is your news. We have a special breaking report. The police department has released information that more local teenagers have gone missing. They were last seen earlier this week, and the only connection between the teenagers is that they are all students at Brook Hollow High School. This could be linked to the disturbing trend of other possible abductions and missing teenagers from our otherwise quiet town. If anyone has seen the teenagers or has any other information, please contact the police.
Gross. This is how you get ants.
Hollow has put a curfew into effect for anyone under 18 starting tonight.
Oh yeah, bug warning. This game has bugs in it. And also insects. No, no spiders. Kind of. You'll see blobs. Very Mass Effect-y music here. I saw a particular stream where there was a bug for a jumping spider, where every time it jumped, it would go to the... I forget what it's called, but it's the ceiling. As in, like, as high as it can, the world can render before it came back down, and then it would go back up to the ceiling every time it jumped. And as you might imagine, the ceiling in a game like this is really high up, so it was rather disorienting. Let me out! Let me out! And yes is the answer to your question, Evo. Obviously.
Cave Nightmare. My favorite.
I love nightmares.
What version is it? Endless cave, bottomless pit, impossibly claustrophobic passages.
It's okay. I've been satisfactory with my friend, so I'm well prepared for this kind of thing. Oh, that is some chop. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's smoothed out. It's smoothed out. Yeah, by the way, have you ever watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Because if you haven't, you probably should. It's a weird film, actually. Not as good as I remembered.
Military ant. One of 100,000 mindless drones. No hopes, no dreams. Bound to the will of the colony.
God, please tell me I can turn that off. I'm almost assured that I can't. Okay. One moment. I mean, Rick Moranis is legit. He is. At least as an actor. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to save our game. Create a new save. Gonna create a new save. There you go. We're going to super quit the game. Then we're going to turn off depth of field manually because I don't feel like a headache today. It really should, Crazy Norse. I mean, there's a scene where he almost eats his kids completely on accident. And it's kind of portrayed horrifyingly, but it's very dulled in how horrifying it is. Why is this game listed under main? Who's what is the state of Maine making this game? Is that what this is? There we go. It's okay. I've gotten really accustomed to getting rid of depth of field in whatever engine this is. It's Unreal Unity. It's the same damn engine. Oh, well, that's a little bit of a different question, even. But the answer is still yes. Always yes. Everyone should always know. I probably shouldn't joke about this. At the very least, it should be something they are considering when it comes to that sort of thing. And I mean that. I do mean that. If you're not even thinking about it at all, we've got a problem. If you've thought about it and decided, I don't need to know that, that's fine. That's different. But if you're just Star Trekking it, let's just call that what it is, well, then we got a problem. Don't be like Star Trek writers. It's Unreal. There you go. It's Unreal Engine. Post. Continue. Yes. Password. Here we go. Yes. Hey there, nobody. Why do I get to pick again?
Willow Branch.
Go, yes. Well, of course not, Evo, but at the point at which the joining happens, at some point you should be like, hold up. Hey, depth of field gone. Thank you, God. Oh, okay. See? Gone, gone, gone. Yeah, thankfully in Unreal, you can just literally deactivate depth of field as an option. Depth of field is when the background is... well, let me actually say that a little more accurately. Is when...
Beat it, nosy.
Is when something you're focused on is not blurry, and something you're not focused on is blurry. So, in this case...
Whoa, and that's not an alarm clock. Well, whatever it is, maybe I should figure out where it's coming from.
In this case...
Until I wake up.
In this case...
Totally waking up. Any second now.
In this case, the grass was in focus, whereas the house was blurred. It's an artificial way to blur things that you're not looking at. I hate it personally. It is usually an aesthetic, artistic choice. When it's bespoke, it doesn't bother me as much. You know, when like, for example, cinema tends to deliberately go out of its way to blur something because they're trying to draw attention to something. But in video games, it's almost always... it's almost always just a setting. So it's just, procedural's the wrong word for it, but it's just kind of doing its own thing. And it's not really specifically designed, you know what I mean? And in general, it bothers the crap out of me and literally gives me headaches, depending on how severe it is. Yeah, sure.
Is that an aphid? It's pretty cute up close.
Here's the graphic settings. As you'll notice, depth of field is not on the list. We've got field of view, chromatic aberration, motion blur, which is, of course, off, VSync, and then other random stuff. Thank you, Huthor, as always. And I will jot that sucker down for Star Trek Armada. Much obliged. Much appreciate. But yeah, no, in a video game, it actually irritates me. Thankfully, motion blur is a toggle. In video games, it irritates me not just because of the headache, but because I like to look around and see what I'm looking at. If you remember, one of the games which this pissed me off the most in was Outer Worlds, which, another Obsidian game. What? Jeez, I can't go 5 feet. Or 5 inches, I guess, in this case.
This is bad.
Because it was really artificial and kind of badly implemented. So, like, you could see the outline of non-blur around something close to you, while everything else around it was, like, really badly blurred. It was crap. Alright, so while I slowly starve and dehydrate to death here, let's look at something else. So, the accessibility options. We've got the arachnophobia mode. That's not a positive, but that is the absence of a negative. Props. That's still a good thing. Colorblind mode, highlight mode, wide interaction mode, and text-to-speech mode, which we showed off yesterday. Subtitle, subtitle size, background, reticule, and I guess that's actually it. So that's cool. Those are the accessibility options. Not bad accessibility options. I'm not sure if that's positive worthy, but that's certainly better than nothing. Oh, yeah, sure. Here's what arachnophobia mode does. So this is what the spiders are going to look like. To see here in the upper right? You probably can't see my mouse. But that's what spiders are going to look like in this game. Now, there's a gradient. So this is no arachnophobia safe mode. We can get rid of some of their legs so they don't actually register as spiders. We can get rid of all of their legs. Can get rid of their mandibles. Can get rid of most of their face. And then they just become blobs. We're leaving it as blobs. I don't think I need to explain why. Excuse me. The other thing I wanted to mention really quick here, that we're not really showing off because of time, is there's actually a huge amount of game options as far as setting up the difficulty, which are really cool. And so that's almost assuredly going to be a positive, probably by itself. If you'll give me a moment here. Yeah, I've heard that before, History Maker. I am not one of those people. Blobs don't bother me. So, it was to be difficulty options. Yeah, I'm pretty sure time isn't frozen right now. Any plus or negative is worth the same, Croatia, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, so I'm being attacked by a tick. That's gross. Ticks are worse than spiders, by the way. Oh, I can punch. Die. Oh, that's a mite. Never mind. That's a mite. We're okay. Mites are not worse than ticks. Nothing is worse than ticks. Nothing is worse than ticks. Seriously, ticks are the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, you've played Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, right? I should probably actually follow the main quest for a minute. But yeah, anybody who has trouble with bugs, this is not the stream to watch. I don't care for bugs, but I don't anticipate being super bothered. Then again, who knows? Subnautica got to me very quickly, so what the hell do I know? Check inventory. I know what that button is. This one. Okay, I have checked the inventory. All right. That's interesting. Delicious pebble. And that tick must die by virtue of being a tick. Listen, I'm not saying I'm tickist, but if I could one species out of existence, ticks would be pretty much at the top of my list. Yes, over spiders. Let's assume for a moment that we're able to magically replace their purpose in the geosphere or whatever. I'd still pick ticks. First pick. Wasps will be number 2. I mean what I say. Ticks are at the bottom for me. Just very bottom. Power fluctuations are within acceptable range. The machine itself continues to operate as expected. Weatherproofing of the platform components is holding up quite well. Pylons, however, are a finicky trio. Maintaining the beam angles requires regular obstruction removal. The art is simply too alive for precision instruments. Oh, Euclidean space, you fickle mistress. Reminder, check embiggening cell diagnostic before the end-of-day protocols. Someone more capable and competent than me could tell you if there's a purpose behind ticks, because I do not know one off the top of my head.
There must be someone in charge of this science experiment. But I haven't seen any signs of anyone else. Good one, Nightmare. Keep me guessing.
Sure, let's analyze a plant fiber.
Science!
Really? Well, we gained 30 raw science, so that's cool. Can always use more science. Oops. Oh, thank God. Let's do that every time. That would actually get old. Mite hat? I don't want to make a mite hat. That's gross. Okay, so charges come back with time. That's what I was wondering. Terminals off, surveyors off. So we need some kind of power, looks like. Maybe. Yeah, that'll just to build more stuff. Next step, analyze a pebble. Thanks, game. Oh, well, we need a source of water, and probably food at some point. Hope we're a vegetarian. I've kind of... I don't mean to sound mean, Crazy Norse. I've been kind of deliberately ignoring suggestions from chat. If I have to explain why, I don't know how to add to that. I'm liking the visuals. I thought this would be grosser than it is. Why did I say that out loud? It's just going to be so bad now. Yeah, this is a survival builder crafting RPG, I believe. Yeah, of course, Crazy Norse. And I have no problem and shame in asking for help if I have it, if I want it. So, I mentioned Satisfactory. Like I said, I'm getting the hell away from that ant. I was literally playing Satisfactory yesterday as a way to recover from using my throat so much. And what I usually tend to do is I prefer to play these kind of games without knowing, you know, not just for testing purposes, although I admit that's part of it, but just because I like discovery and figuring out stuff and refining things. Like, you should see some of my early Factorio bases. Holy crap. I had no idea what I was doing, and it showed. But I don't mind that. I'm not ashamed of that. Yeah, because, yeah, progression is half the fun. Bingo. However, every now and again, it's like, hold up. Huh? And so, you know, every now and again, I would Google something. So, same general concept. If there's something where I'm like, hold up, I'll be like, hey, guys, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Right now, we're still in the extremely early phase of what are we doing? And coughing. A very important part of the process. Right now. I think we've kind of salvaged a bunch of stuff in the immediate vicinity. What do we got here? We do have a little bit of food. We do not have water. What do we got here? We have no mutations. We have no bits, which is very important. You know, I just realized today, and over the however many days this takes, people can literally kill me with donations because the game doesn't pause while I'm writing down donations. Like you can see, I'm in the background, you know, just kind of doing my animation there right now. So you could literally kill me with money. Please don't do that. Thank you. Oh, you didn't say don't bow. Gotta get those in. Gotta get those in. So I can make slurry. What else can I make here? I can make a hat. I can make a smoothie. No, I can't. I can make a stuffed bug. That's gross. Oh, I got a map. And now I'll bow again. Thank you, Rex. I'll put it towards Axiom Verge. Oh, God, they're killing me. They're killing me. No, I think I'm safe right here. So I'll put that towards Axiom Verge. I believe it's actually an option, but I'm specifically allowing it to not pause. That way I don't screw with people, you know, because, you know, the intention is for people to be able to pop in periodically. Okay. You can drink from dirty puddles on the ground, but it's not particularly healthy. Cool. I assume that's the word setting. I can't think of the word. Oh, there we go. Getting killed. Thank you, the nobody. I do always appreciate and oblige. Thank you. I didn't hear what you want to put that towards, though, so I will just stand here and die for your amusement. To that ant. Come back here, ant. Die, ant. God, it is a red ant, too. It's a worker, but still. Oh, God, I'm out of stamina? There's a stamina? There is a stamina. Oh, God, I see it now. Ants don't run. Die, ant. Damn it. Come back here. Oh, shoot. Oh, God, oh, God. It turns out I was the grasshopper the whole time. Run! 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 Oh, they've got a lot more health. Okay, good news.
That is a big ant.
They have a de-aggro mechanic. Okay, so Olga. Oh, right, you were asking me to start photo mode. How the hell do I start photo mode? Hello, Aphid. No, I'm not going to eat you. Oh, okay, whatever. I need Ogva. Now, here's an interesting question. How would you know that, Crazy Norse? Plague Tale 2, you got it. No! You guys really are trying to kill me today. It's okay. It's okay. The red ant went away. Whoops! That was... Wow, that's just some muscle reflex right there, isn't it? R is fling. So naturally, I was just kind of muscle reflex tapping. Reload.
Science!
Ding. I can make grass armor. You got it, Games and Goals. Much appreciated. Always. I will jot that down for the LTTP randomizer. That sounds really boring, Evo, based on how you describe it. Do I think the kids got themselves shrunk in their free will? Based on the fact that we woke up and were like, hey, it's a dream, I do not think this was something that we willingly did, no. You can make a torch now. Okay. Still need water. Still haven't seen water. So, hang on. Let's try and make some stuff really quick. So that requires rope. That requires rope. This is rope. So let's go ahead and make hammer, axe. And I have a feeling nighttime's going to suck at some point, as the sun is actively going down. So...
What do we have lurking around out here?
So there's our... Ooh, that's a wind-up. There's our axe. Okay. No, don't tell me about water just yet.
If I don't make some shelter, I bet some horrible insects will come around and eat me or something.
Yeah, that's probably it. Oh, that's beyond me. You did mention you want to suggest a good face. If you want to tell me where that is, I will listen. A chill game I'd recommend? Stardew Valley. Although I don't play that game chill. Yeah. Up, and Third's trying to get me killed again. Thank you, Third, for killing me horribly. Much appreciate as always. I will jot that down. Whoops. There we go. For nothing whatsoever. Wahaha. Yeah, Stardew Valley, I have too much of a spreadsheet brain to chill in Stardew Valley, but it is a good chill game. No Man's Sky now is also a pretty good chill game. I would actually agree that Vermintide's a pretty good chill game. I don't mean that as a joke or hyperbole. It's a really fun, especially if you're playing with friends. It's really fun just kind of mulch your way through the enemies kind of a thing. I could also recommend Final Fantasy XIV. It's another good chill game. Yeah, if you do higher difficulties on Vermintide, it's a lot of fun. It's a good game. I have streamed No Man's Sky twice, actually. Once when it came out, and once much later when it was a lot more of an actual game. Oh, there's water right there. How did I miss that? Oh, that's why. That did not look like water to me. I saw that earlier. Alright, let's switch to this. No, don't. Good to know. That's not bad. I'll have to do this the other way. It's okay. I do actually have... hang on. So which one is this? I've lost it already. Okay, this one right here. Line this up with the rest. Okay, now where did my water go? Damn it! Okay. Oh, there it is. Water.
At least it's clean. Ish.
Let's ignore physics for a moment. We're playing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Physics left the moment we started the game. No physics complaints, please. So it looks like I only have so much wheelbarrow strength, because I can only carry 5 of these at once. That's interesting. Okay, so for the sake of the tutorial, let's just kind of build something here. So what do we got? Lean-to. Yeah, sure. Okay. Hang on. Timber. Yeah, we don't have no stinking physics here. We don't need no stinking physics here. That's interesting. No, do it. How do I... Oh, there we go. Hey, okay, so. First of all, what's super build? Oh, whatever, I guess. I'll get back to that in just a second. Good morning, Ross. Happy November. The worst game for arachnophobia, in my opinion? I actually have a direct and immediate answer for that. Skyrim, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition. The only games I plan to give negatives for that.
Science!
Yeah, fun fact, I was actually thinking about removing the squared cube law from my physics in the extant, because it just gets in the way of so many things. Yeah, Skyrim spiders are probably the worst, simply by virtue of the fact that they are first person. But the ones in all 3 Dragon Ages have an attack called Overwhelm or Overpower or something like that. And that kind of makes them worse. Oh god. Yeah, that's why I didn't actually do that, Evo. Oh, there's the mints. So where's my... Right around here. It's okay, I figured out other ways around the squared law cube of yada yada. Almost every large creature in my setting is literally made of magic. So that kind of naturally bypasses that. Where the hell? There it is. I actually have a torch. You know what else I have? Full inventory. Let's take a settle. Gosh, you can wake up in the dark. Oh, I mean, magic's entire purpose, even in my setting, is to be another variant of physics. It may follow its own rules, but the whole point of magic is to just completely ignore physics. So it does. Alright, so... food. Well, yeah, but like the Tysians, for example. Stone giants. They're partially magical. And then there's the Frenoi, which are also magical. And I think that's actually it, other than literally creatures made of energy. Yeah, I was thinking about just eating the mushrooms, but I kind of want to explore at night and get horribly killed. I'm almost curious what's going to happen if I do that. Both the explore and the horribly killed part. Yeah, but I had to rewrite Gravity. Gravity was a no-sell. Gravity gets in the way of way too many things. Hello. Okay, you're a worker. We're going to leave you alone. Nope, nope. Hello. And goodbye. Yeah, gravity is just a colossal pain. Gravity had to be rewritten. It gets in the way of everything. Gravity gets in the way of time. Gravity gets in the way of light. Just, ugh. Relativity had to go out the window. All of that crap had to just completely go out the window. Okay, so it looks like I have an icon for there. Okay. I'm not going to attack you this time. Nope, I'm not attacking an ant. I've made that mistake already. Alright, so let's...
I'm a picky eater, but still.
Okay, I just noticed we're also extremely low on water, again. So we should probably actually figure out getting some agua. That is really hard to see. I can see it. It's just, that's not easy to see. So, the thing said there was a way to knock it down without knocking over the whole branch. Yeah, it's just that thing. There we go. No, come back! Come back, my delicious, delicious water.
That's not so bad.
Okay, water refilled. We'll eat some mushrooms. We'll eat a lot of mushrooms. Just so much mushroom. Just mushroom. This is Mushroom Central. We're just going to eat all our mushrooms. There we go. Okay. Could probably think about some armor, too. Let's think about armor. So, we've got a bunch of stuff. Armor. Eye patch. Yeah, that sounds useful. Looks like... What do we need? So we're going to need clover leaf. 1 rope. And 7 leaves. I can make a rope. I should be assessing this screen. How do I know those mushrooms aren't poisonous? Because they're edible food in a video game. That's also true, Evo. My setting deliberately doesn't have a speed cap, which is not necessary, but I think it's useful for several things. And like you say, it kind of opens up several doors. So, let's examine the interface for a moment. So this is nice and clear. It gives us that much resistance and that much attack plus. There's the requirements. That's what we're missing in order to make it. So we actually have a thing here that says these things require a crafting bench, whereas these things do not. Good visual indicators. That's some good stuff. Sure, Crazy Norse, I trust you. What do you got for me? Thank you for asking, though. Set bonuses. That's a good question. Does this say there's a set bonus anywhere? No, it super does not. All right, so crafting table. There. Requires 3 grass planks. We can make that right now. Let's go make some crafting table. There's my home. Actually, while we're here really quick, this probably is recharged. Anything new? Nope, okay. What I say... Sorry, I should...
Hey, little aphid. Oh, no need to be shy. That ladybug seems so much less graceful up close.
Because it's a ladybug. Hello, ladybug. Aw, I was hoping to ride the thing. Oh well. Okay, so... Grab these. And... Is there a hotkey just for the craft button? Let's find out, shall we? C. Alright. Workbench. We've got a snap to grid, which is honestly pretty standard for these. I don't think I have a grid right now, though, so that's whatever. Yeah, this is build. Although I guess I could have done it here. That's interesting. This feels like this is for the console players. Because all of this is just repeats from the crafting menu. So what's super build? Ah, just do it. Okay. Now we can make all kinds of stuff. So yeah, let's get a spear going. We have something for that, so food. And let's sort our inventory a little bit really quick. So I want spear over here. Then, actually, that's a good order for the rest of it. Okay. Now, we have a workbench. These require a grinder, which we don't have. And, of course, stuff we don't have. Okay. Also, it shows us which stuff we've crafted or have. I'm not sure which. But either way, I like that. I like that. Walls, food, lighting, search resources. Oh, this is just... Okay, got it. Acorn shells, used for these things. You have none. Interesting. Alright, how are we feeling about the music so far? We're gonna need some grub hide to get a canteen at some point. Hey, another hymn. What's going on? So I'm gonna need rope. And clover leaf. What was that? That is a bird. That is the terror of the night right there. No, I've never seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Or the sequel. It's honestly not as good. Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. What am I doing?
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and not move while that bird's there. Because that's a bird. I mean, you can joke all you want, Plutonia. I'm already leaning towards it. I'm not super, super impressed with the music so far. So obviously we have to do the Doom test. Sorry. Go away. It looks like it's not tracking me when I move. See if it tracks me when I do this. Let's drop these.
I mean, this is probably what bottled water is.
That's a thing. That might not be true. Okay. I need clovers. Clover. We run around a lot underneath the bird. I'll see if the bird chases me. We're breaking out the Doom music. I'm just saying. No. Okay. Hello. What are you? A weevil. Yeah, we'll leave you alone. You've actually told me that opinion before. That's not... I mean, I don't mean to sound negative. It's just, that's nothing new. Okay, there is swimming. Always a good thing to check. We're not water soluble. And you might think that's a weird thing to check, but honestly, I've played so many games where you're water soluble.
Okay, that is definitely not normal.
What? What I find? Oh, that's... Uh-huh. Oh. Then move our waypoint over here. But that can wait. I want armor first. Order. Priorities. Let's get a bunch of clover. So let's do the test that's least likely to work first. Honestly, I'm just going to turn off the in-game music already. You can try it later. Okay. What is this? Oh. A weed! Frickin' weeds. I hate weeds. That's another thing I just erase out of existence. Weeds. That's right. All of them. That's not true. But there are certain weeds I would love to be able to get rid of on a localized area. Just... Listen, let's just get rid of plants. How's that sound? Just all plants. Let's keep getting clover. We're gonna get a bunch of clover here. I'm gonna accidentally drink the water. Okay. Slurp nasty water is what that says. Nope. Requires digging. Really wish I could leave more than one thing at a time. Kind of like... Oh, that's interesting. So I can do... Like, I can't see it. Probably because I don't have a compass. It's over here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, that doesn't show up until you're right on top of it. Okay, so excuse me. Okay, I do like that. You can craft a micro ingredient in the ingredients thing. Quality of life. Quality of life.
Putting on some more armor.
I mean, you'll have to ask them off your Twitch account. I don't know. Whether it's hard to find or not isn't the relevant point. The relevant point is being able to put down markers. To use a counterexample in Satisfactory, when you set down a marker, you can decide how its visibility shows up. Which is actually a little counterintuitive if I'm being completely honest with you, but the point is it's an option. Okay. So we have armor, we have water, we have food, we have a place to sleep, we have a spear. Let's go check out this mysterious thing, shall we? Grab some of that, whatever that is. Wait, you were really expecting that, Latario? I know you're kind of new, but nah, man. People around here are legit. Always have been. Bunch of clover. Giant rock. Just looking around, don't mind me. Yeah, this music extremely doesn't fit, which is exactly what I expected. So now we kill it. Yes, this is just Grounded's innate music. That'd actually be really funny. IMO. Okay. Die, monster. Before you can summon your buddy. Well, if I die, Evo, you'll probably be the first to know. By virtue of watching it happen. Alright, so let's see. Science! There's literally a science knob.
I was a fool to have ever doubted myself. A fool like Klein, like Kaminsky, like Schmechter, like all of Ominent. I am here in the backyard. Down in the backyard. I mean, I am speaking to you from the backyard. I am tiny! I should gather my thoughts. This is a momentous occasion. Wendell Tully official log 89.08.05. Recording as I take my first steps into the miniature world. The sights are unbelievable. The textures, the way the light falls upon every surface, the subtle patterns in all of the objects that surround me. The grass! Even common lawn grass looks like a structure from an alien world. Wait. What's that sound? The very earth is trembling. Over there, what could it be? An ant! My God, today, the world has changed forever.
What's the worst thing that could happen? Looks like something is happening. Well, that was anticlimactic. Looks like the other two lasers are blocked.
Which is funny, because there's nothing in the way there. Like, I can see the laser. There's clearly nothing... Okay, that one, something's blocking. There we go. That's a little more complex of a problem. Alright. Okay, so that didn't work. Now we have to try the next big test. Let's see. This one's probably not going to work, so we'll try this next. Yeah, I saw that. I guess I could just make that. Or not? Oh, there we go. Boop. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't lasers be really terrifying at this level? And by this level, I mean this size. That's extraordinarily gross. This is made of pebbles, mite, fuzz, and clay. Wow, grass walls are expensive. Holy crap. But we're not actually making a base yet. Yeah, just imagine being burned alive by light. Oh, right, I need to make a bandage. Oh, that's funny. So most games like these do distance in meters. Here it's centimeters. That makes sense. Where's the... There we go. I believe the phrase Evo is, "The sun is a deadly laser." Those aphids really don't like me, do they? Yeah, I was just debating if I want to go and do the analyzer thing, which is... Don't mind me, I'm not going to kill you, Ant. Busy.
Hey, Ant.
Okay, I've decided to kill you, because you've decided to kill me. Yeah. Also known as politics! There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, delicious resources. Alright, so let's start looking at some of this bug stuff, shall we?
Science!
We can make an ant helm. It's kind of gross when you think about it. And a chair! Oh, and armor. That might be useful at some point. That's a good question, Latario. We could probably estimate how big we are. Like, that's an aphid, so... Oh god, it told me what the button was, but I already forgot it. And of course, now I can't find it. Stellaris... Stellaris can be a chill game as much as any 4X game can be a chill run game. Maybe that? This is the command I was looking for. So this is how big we are. There's a blade of grass, and here's us. Any questions? Alright, what the hell am I doing? Let me do one thing really quick. Dump some things in here really quick. I actually agree with that. There's a lot of Paradox games I enjoy, but Stellaris hits a unique mix of a lot of different things and does a very good job of basically everything. Stellaris is definitely a game I would recommend trying out. Most Paradox games include a lot of asterisks with regards to recommending them. Oh my god, the spinny thing is a mandible. Did not know. Okay, let's figure out what's going on with this laser. Now that it's nighttime, perfect time to do this. That's a good question, Lord Harriman. I don't really have a good way to answer that, admittedly. Alright, so hang on. Let me jot down some thoughts before I move much further. What do I think will be the Leviathan class equivalent in this game? I mean, spiders are apex predators for a reason. But... no, it actually did get released directly. This is Stellaris Music History Maker, hence the conversation point. I mean, yeah, if there's a bird that is actually an enemy, the bird is the apex predator. The bird is the Leviathan. The bird is the, there's no killing this, run. Okay. I sincerely doubt humans would be in this game, as weird as that may sound. It's the one thing that thematically doesn't really fit. They might be behind things, they're probably the ones who actually, you know, shrank us against our will and all that fun stuff, but as far as an actual human enemy, nah. There's no dude mowing his lawn like in Simant. At least there probably isn't. That is a footprint. Zombie ants. No, no. We're good. What am I hearing? I'm hearing something new. Whatever it is. Oh, it's one of those mites. Okay. Oh, jeez. Hey, quit it. Quit that. Oh yeah, that's safe. Exposed cable at my size. Nope, that wasn't enough. Alright, what else we got going on here? Hey, quit it!
Light. Burn back the shadows and turn away the inky depths of the night.
Well, this isn't terrifying or anything. Not as bad as Subnautica. Nothing's as bad as Subnautica. do love slime mold. There we go. Well, let's see what happens, shall we? That's a good question. Let's find out. I imagine the music would go away at night. Whoops. Turn up that high. It must be exactly 80%. Come on now! 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 Ah! Ah! Okay. No, I think we're just gonna do it. I'll just stand here where it's very safe. Only when the games don't have music, neighbor. You know what would be another existential threat?
More dramatic than I expected.
Fire. I was just thinking about that. If this lights this on fire, I'm dead. Oh god, yeah, a dog. Yeah, run away from the fire. No. No, I'm just dead. Let's see, let's get some water. And yes, this is probably a good game for questions. Speaking of which, I should probably actually look at the question queue.
Kind of like bad coffee. That's what I'll tell myself.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's the stuff. Oh yeah, that was definitely worthwhile. Mmm, delicious. What the hell is that? Okay. Good to know.
Good thing I'm hungry.
That's a good point, Latario. You're right. I'm sorry. Who's back? Okay. No, hang on. Before I do this. It's another one. Oh.
Rika. I've always wanted to say that.
Interesting. I imagine at some point birds will attack. Otherwise, why would they be there? But, listen, I just want you to soak in the ambiance, Crazy Horse. Just really enjoy the night sky here. There it is. What happens if it rains? That's actually a good question. I'm not sure. How did I get into Formula One? A friend of mine got me into it.
Science.
And I was like, oh, cool. And then I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoy most sports, believe it or not. I am a weirdo like that. Alright, so. Have I ever played any wrestling games? Yes! Have I ever played any good wrestling games? No. Would be the worst game for... I already answered that one. Do the storybook and the coffee modifiers affect the golden number? No, the whole point of the modifiers is they have nothing to do with the score. A sushi game does not increase or decrease the score any more than a coffee game does. And now we can make a slime torch. And that poisoned me. Cool. Well, we definitely do have poisoned food. It is good to know. Oh, I have no idea, History Maker. I've been playing it for... Hang on. 1 hour. It's hard for me to judge a game in 1 hour. Unless it's a Mega Man game, in which case I've already beaten it. What would I say? Pizza, burritos. They all taste good so long as they got noodles, the king of all foods. No, I'm actually not a big fan of noodles. Personally. Hang on, let me delete the queue for a second. Delete the queue! Would I rather live life as a shrunken person in Grounded, but I have the strength proportionally before I got shrunk? Or I'd rather live in Subnautica, where I have access to all the equipment and habitats I built before the Aurora exploded? Probably Subnautica in real life, to be completely honest with you. Being shrunk is horrifying and gross. Subnautica, I can build a spaceship. Literally, that's a thing. Is there Stellaris DLC I would stay as mandatory? I have no idea. I know that sounds strange, but I've never played Stellaris without having all the DLCs. I buy them as they come. So, I'm not sure which DLC gives what. So I'm not sure what is useful for what. Okay. Okay. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Can I eat ants? I think I can. I need dry grass and pebbles. It's a good question, Primer. I mean, there probably is a multiplayer. Probably. Maybe. Hey, listen, music finally started playing. I mean, yeah, it's the HOI 4 thing all over again, right? As I've said many times, I actually really disliked HOI 4, but I played it vanilla. And everybody I tell that to says, oh, yeah, no, that explains it. And it's like, yeah, no, that's... That's kind of how that is. There we go, dry grass. That's what I needed. And I think that's kind of true for all their games. It's one of the big laws of every Paradox game is Their DLC is expensive, and there's a lot of it, but it's also good. It's sort of a strange give and take. Okay, no falling damage from that height. Mostly good, that's fair. There are some misses amongst them. But yeah, a lot of them also add completely new mechanics which utterly fundamentally change how you play the game, which, you know, that's a thing. Delicious. Maybe. Is it done? I guess we'll just kind of wait until that's done? At some point? Yeah, that's a good point. Crazy Norse is correct. Usually, not always, usually, Paradox DLCs are effectively expansions. New mechanics, new concepts. I mean, in many cases... Oh, here we go. They fundamentally change how the map works. Like the Federation DLC for Stellaris is a good example. Because it added Federations and... Well, let me walk that back. It changed how Federations worked for everybody, but it added more Federation options and concepts for people who bought the DLC. And that's the other thing. I do think that deserves to be mentioned. Most Paradox DLCs also come with stuff that everyone gets. It's just not as much and not as good. Alright, so we've got food, which is what I've been kind of trying to figure out. This is cooked food. Yes.
It's pretty good.
Hey, much better. Okay, alright. Now, let's sleep. Oh god, yeah, 2.0 was a huge change to Stellaris. Now, whether that's good or bad, that's up to you. But 2.0 was a gigantic change to Stellaris. I like what they did with FTL. I mean, I enjoy having options. I'm not gonna lie to you. But adding, let's call it what it is, terrain to FTL was probably the right call there. Question. So, what would be the physics behind someone shrunk to an ant size but still having the strength or mass of a human? Sorry, I wasn't trying to be obstinate, Crazy Norse. I really was trying to figure out a food thing before I slept, because you notice how much food I lose when I sleep, and I was already so low, right? So that was why I was doing that. I wasn't trying to be a dick about it. Now, ironically, now I need to get more food. Really wish I could eat ant. That would make this a lot easier, because there's so many of them. There are so many ants. Maybe I can eat ant. Let's try this. Nope, cannot cook ant. Alright. So I need to find food. I mean, chocolate ants are a real thing. No, I will never have it. Don't ask me to. What is Grounded? A survival RPG builder game, from what I understand. By Obsidian, so there's probably some really horrifically, nightmarishly evil story behind everything. I look forward to seeing it all. Just kind of looking for weevils right now, since weevils appear to be my major source of food. And mushrooms. I don't think I ever had a childhood, so I suppose that applies to me. Here we go. Here we go. Excuse me, sir. Would you like to be eaten? Excellent. Thank you. That's going to require a level 2. hatchet, so that's good to know. So, hang on. Evo asks one of her complex questions, which is she's very known for.
Science!
See, I'm not kidding. I had to grow up fast, which is, well, actually, that's an inaccurate statement. I chose to grow up fast. As a kid, I was proud of it. Nowadays, not so much. Probably should have had a childhood. Alright, let's see here. What is this? Oh, it's just a platform. And that's just another platform. Okay. Whatever. Go ahead and cook that. While I wait, let's see here. Whoop! Hello. No, 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 no. Jesus Christ. That's actually a good point. I guess I could make one while I'm sitting here waiting. So let's get a pallet going. Wherever that was. Already lost it. Already lost it. There it is. Pallet. What do I need? Grass! Dry grass. God, dry grass is so annoying. I do not have a lot of dry grass. There's some. It's easier to see it at daytime. Okay, hang on. So, say you ask an author about an element of their story that isn't plot relevant and doesn't create any plot holes, but it's also not explained in any way. The author says they never thought about it. Would that be a good thing, a bad thing, or just nothing? Well, you know my answer, Evo. My answer is, it depends. Because, I know it's going to shock you. It depends. There we go. Get some dry grass. Dry grass. I imagine at some point we could tame bugs. I mean, pretty sure I saw that in the trailer. As long as we cannot tame spiders, I'm happy. Okay, what am I doing? No, it's a perfectly fine question. It's just my answer to you is, it depends. I'm not actually joking. I'm not trying to be Bulgaria. Hey. Okay. Spiders are good. Hang on, I need to murder Yada. There. Go! What if I could tame spiders and command them to go somewhere nowhere near you? Well, then I probably would. Alright, so we've got some food.
Just give me a second to let my eyes adjust to that.
Let's get some water really quick. That isn't going to poison me.
I mean, this is probably what bottled water is.
We could use a little more water. Yeah, see, Evo... What's going to happen here is after I take over the world, I'm going to have to drag Evo, kicking and screaming, to Lorcon. Like, alright, Evo. She'll be like, no! And I'm like, no, it'll be cool. And she'll be like, no!
Surprisingly not terrible.
Drag, drag, drag. And that's just going to be an afternoon. Alright. Let's get a save in here. And let's go explorinating. I also don't know how to peep something, but we'll figure that out in a minute. Where am I? Where's the tree? Is that the tree? That looks like a tree. That looks like a tree. Let's do it. What is that? That's a spider, isn't it? Yeah, that was a spider. Well, the irony is, I don't think I would force you to socialize.
Look at that spider! It looks amazing! Oh, and a little concerning.
Yep, nope, that doesn't bother me. But yeah, no, like... Huh. Goodbye. Let's call it more introducing you to the possibility of safe and properly,
Walked into a spider
non-horrible,
web!
socializing, as opposed to whatever it is you're thinking. And just leave it at that.
Seems like something's digging around underneath us.
Arachnophobia mode. Ah! Alright. Well, let's get a couple more of these. Why do you keep beeping at me? What the hell is that? Look at that. Oh, God. There's kid stuff. Kid stuff! So Evo says, I came up with a writing prompt, part 4 yesterday. May I share it? Yes. How does Primus feature in the larger extant setting? So Primus is actually one of the furthest storylines in the timeline at the moment. If not the furthest. Because Primus happens... about a century after the Swarm War. And so there's a lot of time for things to have moved forward and developed. But as far as Primus's significance in the greater setting, truthfully, I haven't really decided yet. Are those spiders? I'm going to assume those are spiders. Very large spiders, which I will kill horribly someday. But for now, what the hell is this? Delicious science. Yeah, now I gotta know. Come on. Hang on, it's gonna take me a minute. We go the slow way around. I'm not sure what we're hearing. That's a new noise. Unless that's the ladybug. That's a new noise, too. That's not a good noise.
That might be too much spider, even for me.
I don't want to know what that spider is supposed to be, because that looks big. There we go. Gas is $1.03 a gallon. Okay. Now. Oh god, wolf spiders. Ugh. Falling damage. Does exist. Quite a bit, actually. Good to know. Well, no, it's set in the 90s, so that's appropriate. What, Okay.
This looks like nerd paradise.
Hey, I got a spider web thing.
Science!
Primus, to finish answering your question, Evo, was a proof of concept that they could take one of the most horribly evil things that they had encountered so far and turn it into something good. Call it an ultimate confirmation of the overall theme of the extant in-universe. Quarks? Bosons? Which dimension? But not just space. Can it be cooked? Contain and cool. Raw science. Covalent space reduction. What? I like that one. What? Still a lot of unpowered stuff. Hang on. Oh, I can't jump into the science. Ugh. Ugh. Oh well. Primus is a planet. A contained planet with a cordon. It used to have a cordon anyways. But once chaos was removed, the cordon was removed as well. I always hoped to someday do a large-scale story of the reintroduction of Primus to, you know, galactic society. No, I had a thing earlier, Crazy Norse, which you weren't there for, and therefore could not possibly know about. After successful miniaturization of a single complex electronic device, Test 44, Test 45 will attempt to shrink one full box of the devices. Upon embiggening, subjects will be inspected and tested to ensure proper functionality. Results: failure. Miniaturization was successful, but embiggening and further testing is impossible at the moment. Subject was confiscated by a curious honeybee. Recovery unlikely. Box obliterated. Miniature scabs are certainly stuck in every nook and cranny of the yard. Okay. These are good questions, Trihexia. I said comic Tony Stark is a villain. What's the most villainous thing he did?
Alas, I am laid low.
I'd have to Google that, to be completely honest with you. So I'm just going to go with I don't know right now.
Light. Burn back the shadows and turn away the inky depths of the night.
Rules: no wets under patty, no ketchup without mustard, never get yelled at. Burgle is a friend, never activate kill mode.
I have fallen, and I am not appropriately
Burgle can
shaped
tell
for
on
giving up
assistant
my own.
manager. Tates are stupid, stick to seasoning. Top secret science burger. Mayo, gross. Mustards, pickle, onions, cheese, burger, bottom. No tomato? No lettuce? It's a terrible burger. The convalescent space reducer.
I could use a hand here.
For some reason there's a pizza table involved.
We can fix this!
Reboot in progress. Thanks for the helping hand.
You're welcome.
I am Burgle, acting science manager for this project. I am also a robot. I am sure this all must be very disorienting for you, but hopefully I can explain. I am sure this all must be very disorienting for you, but hopefully I can explain.
Hey, this game already has more NPCs than Fallout 76 at launch.
I suspect you were miniaturized by Dr. Tully's spacer device. Why are you here in the yard? I do not know. In fact, I cannot seem to recall much of anything. A recent power surge has caused a massive raw science containment explosion. This lab, as you can see, is a disaster.
I think we did this, by the way.
And what's worse, the explosion has disrupted my computing power. My memory banks are corrupted. Sorry to pile on the bad news, my new friend. How can I be of service? It seems you and I are both a little discombobulated.
Sorry, I thought there was going to be voice acting. What I said was, why can't I remember anything?
Given my best calculations, your biomass has been subject to covalent spacing reduction via interatomic energy extraction.
You ripped energy out from in between my atoms?
In other words, you have been shrunk. It is likely this was achieved using Dr. Wendell Tully's spacer platform, patent pending. Shrinking can be a traumatic experience for tiny human brains, and memory loss is a known side effect. Hopefully your memory will return in time.
Okay, credit where credit is due. You remember how I complained how in Mass Effect 1 and 2 and 3 there was no indicator when people had new dialogue? Look, hey look! There's something that indicates when we haven't picked a dialogue option. Which I know isn't what I just said, but it was something I was also complaining about. So hey.
You are here, in the Oak Lab, built and used by Dr. Wendell Tully to experiment on all things small. This is the base of operations for conducting experiments in his yard.
So who's Dr. Wendell Tully?
Dr. Tully is a brilliant scientist and inventor. He is also my creator. My initial protocol was to serve as the short order cook of the future. However, I have been recently promoted to acting science manager to assist with his experiments. No doubt my previous work experience has been invaluable to Dr. Tully. Although, now that I am processing it, I have not seen him for several weeks. And now I cannot recall where he went. It must be my corrupted memory banks.
Alright, so here, what I'm thinking is this guy is pure evil and is actually the cause of all the problems happening here. So how do I get home?
To return to your prior size, you would need to successfully activate Dr. Tully's spacer platform. Unfortunately, my readings indicate it is inoperable. It appears to have suffered several malfunctions from the explosion. I am sorry, but it appears you may be stranded here for some time until we find a solution.
Can we fix the spacer, though?
Haha! That is a great idea! Let me run a full diagnostic scan on it and see what we need to do to get it fixed up. Processing! Processing! Memory fault. Code 408B3000. Ominent OS script runtime error. Arg! I am sorry again. It appears I have sustained more damage to my memory chips than expected. Without those memories, I do not know how to repair the spacer.
So you need memory chips?
Dr. Tully used two types of chips to back up my memory. Auxiliary chips are small capacity chips used to store project data. If you find these, I should be able to help you learn new survival recipes. Super chips are special, and they are gold. They back up full directories of my memory system. If we are going to fix the spacer, that data is bound to be on a super chip. I suggest exploring the other labs in the backyard. Return with any memory chips you find.
There's other labs?
Dr. Tully has built many more labs throughout the yard. Each lab is used for various experimental procedures. I can upload their locations to your Scabby. Stand by. Processing. Processing. Error. Files not found. Code 632C404. Cheese and fries. The lab locations are missing from my memory banks too.
Ah, asparagus.
But we are in luck. I was able to retrieve the location of one of the facilities, the Hedge Lab.
Oh, and the lasagna was delicious. Thank you for asking, Evo.
The Hedge Lab is the observation center of the yard and used for research on arachnid webbing.
Why would you? Okay.
You will find the hedge near the house if you head southeast. The lab is located deep inside the hedge, sending the coordinates to your Scabby. Try to find the Hedge Lab first, but there is nothing stopping you from searching the yard for the other labs. Except, of course, thousands of angry, hungry insects. That reminds me. Dr. Tully locks the important labs with biometric scanners. You will need access for any chance of success. Head over to the ASL terminal and place your hand on the biometric scanner near it. Give it a moment to sync your signature into the mainframe. Once you are registered, you will be granted access to the ASL network of computers too. ASL grants access to daily work items, nay, tasks, nay, quests. Yes, quests. I will reward you raw science for each completed quest. In my science shop, you can trade raw science back for survival recipes from experiments that Wendell conducted when he was first exploring the yard. Log on to the ASL terminal over there and see what is available. Unless you have any other questions, you really should get started finding those chips. And try not to die out there. Have an exponentially great day!
I wonder if I can kill him. Thank you, Takari. Always appreciate it. And yes, I did enjoy Halloween. It was a good stream. If you give me a moment here, I'll jot that down. Or Dragon Age. What are my thoughts on the Fallen as a villain? So the only Fallen I really know anything about is the one from the movie.
Scientists make this look harder than it is.
And he's not a villain. He's pathetic and terrible in every way. He's literally a cheap version of Megatron. Well, I was a little confused a couple of times, Jesse's Mask. By the way, hi, Jesse's Mask. But I think it's working out good. All this. I like how it shows your inventory as you're looting, so you can see how full your inventory is getting as you're looting. That's a nice touch. There's actually some decent quality of life features here. I need to start jotting some of these down. So, Latario says, what does this say? Oh, well, there's the layout. Perfect. Just need to memorize this. I know, right, Latario? But you get what I mean, right? Like, in the actual film, he's a knockoff, and it's, whoa. Can I? Okay, yeah. Name 5 events from DC and Marvel that I think should have stuck to this very day. Event number 1, without hesitation, Superman should have stayed dead.
One success after another! I have returned Burgle to his original size! It appears that my new raw science containment field is working at 99% effectiveness. 98.5%. Right, Burgle, right. However, as Burgle indicates, there is some minor, insignificant raw science leakage. A note for another time. Noted. But I see no reason to put off a human trial. I believe there should be no issues. But audentes fortuna juvat. I am ready to prove my creation's full potential. End recording. Burgle, I'd like to record some messages for my family, in case things do not go as planned.
And yeah, I would actually go ahead and say, Spider-Man, like several Spider-Man things. Frankly, Ben Reilly is really all I need to say about Spider-Man. That should have stuck. And no, One More Day should have never even been on the table. Hey! Before I even look at those, go roam a little bit. Yeah, Cap staying dead. Duh. So that's 3 so far. The summary is that Ben Reilly...
Science.
Ben Reilly was the clone of Spider-Man. This is kind of spoilery. And as a... he had a whole story arc, which actually led to a very natural and well-done conclusion. And kind of was awesome. And he was going to replace Spider-Man. Parker. Parker was going to retire with Mary Jane Watson, and Riley was going to take up the cowl, the mask, the suit, the name. You get the point. And that was all vetoed and stupided.
What do we have lurking around?
Put it simply. Why am I using the torch? I found a yoked girth milk molar calcium chewable. Slurp the vitamin infused pulp core to get stronger. Get yoked. Okay. Well, we can't do that yet, but that's something to put on the mental checklist for later. See you around, Pinka. I didn't miss the tape. I was deliberately not getting it because I want to give my 5th answer first. So we've got Cap, we've got Soups, we've got Spidey. Actually, I guess that's really only 3. Because if we change the Ben Reilly thing, the reset button would have never been hit with One More Day. So we're up to 3, actually. So let me think about this for a bit more.
This morning, I installed the borrowed lab modules. Another one of my forgotten inventions from the early days. I had such grand notions back then. The Kinder Science Mini Quick Little Chemist Lab educational toy for children. But no, Wendell, we can't possibly put hydrochloric acid into the hands of children. The lawyers will never agree. It's a good thing I never told them about the Bunsen burners. Odd that Ominent has been using my toy pieces in this way. I digress. The lab network is now up and running in the backyard. I'm planning to dedicate each one of them to a different function. Main power will run through here. The Oak Lab is the center of operations for the backyard. The second lab is nestled into the hedge. Such wonderful views from up there. Side note, I'm worried that Ominent's shoddy manufacturing of the lab pieces will cause them to fall apart over time, but they will do for now.
Ironically, I don't think Jason Todd's retcon is important enough to waste a bullet on, so to speak, Lothario. And besides, they did some good stuff with the Red Hood. However, one thing I would keep is the death of the Flash from Infinite Crisis, the original Crisis. I think that was Barry, but I can't actually remember which one it was. There's another one I just had. And no, I have not. Offshore Twitch account. Oh, Von Falkenstein. I agree with Von Falkenstein. Hal Jordan. Keep Hal Jordan Parallax. There you go. There's my 5.
I have isolated the source of the particle irregularities. They appear to be a byproduct of the shrinking process. If I adjust the machine to account for their existence, it should be the key to the expanding process. Burgle, please bring up the readings for the irregular covalent SNPI 42Z particle traces. Ugh, that name is going to get tiresome. And while you're at it, rename all references to the irregular covalent SNPI 42Z particle to Raw science.
Order received. Raw science identified. Does it require cooking, flipping, or grilling?
No, none of those. Categorization.
That answer is not permitted, according to health code standards governing the handling of raw food items.
Okay, so. What do we got here? We can learn a smithing station. We can learn how to cook more stuff. We can make a second floor. We can make foundation. We can make fortifications. We can improve torches. We can mutate ourselves. We can, I don't know what that is. Detect nearby science.
Now where did I leave that?
Good morning, Walker. And good morning, someone just popped in. Who was that? I'm sorry. Chat's a little bit weird today. Morganite. Hi, Morganite. Yeah, no, I actually liked Parallax, the original Parallax, which was just Hal Jordan. I liked that story arc. I've never liked the Yellow Bug. And honestly, I don't think I ever will at this point. So this costs 100. I might as well. Just because it's so cheap. And yeah, I'll probably get cooking. And yeah, the question is, do I want to save? Or not? Hey, a torch that's been improved by the power of science! Okay, fine. We'll just go down the list. We'll be boring. Well, actually, let's do this. There we go. Alright, so we need to get a donation from Slartech. Thank you very much. Yeah, Crisis of Infinite Earths had its issues, and it did. Let's not try to hold it up as the most perfect, amazing thing ever. But I generally liked it. Like, it was a big net positive for me. And I was actually invested in it, and a lot of the changes seemed like they were going to stick. To my knowledge, none of them did. Not a single one. Thank you, Zlartek. I will jot that down for the messenger. Oh, yep. One moment. Sorry, explaining something to my beloved mother. So, can I only have one active quest at a time? Let's just test it. Nope. Cool. Okay. We can have 3. Oh, I see it. I see it right there. Okay. So, to answer your question directly, Evo... How would they feel? That's true, Latario. Well, Barry's thing stuck for 20 years anyways. Still didn't stick. But that's something. Excuse me. Because death to quests, von Falkenstein. Oh, it's almost nighttime. Well, we'll walk around in total darkness for a minute, near some wolf spiders who are probably awake now. Huh. I've decided to run screaming. Okay, yeah, there's the pond. I can see it, it's right there. I'm just gonna sit here in total quietness. Jukebox. Okay. That's a big pond. My goodness. Like, think about this in terms of real estate. Like, if this is actually a backyard, that's a decently sized pond. So I don't know where the jukebox is. Aha, it's right here. A super tech chip. So, like, here or here. A lot of clover around here, too, which is good. I'm guessing this is the spot, because this looks like, hey, build here! Look at this. Look at this. This is clearly a, hey, build here spot. Yep, I'm definitely going to build my entire base here forever and ever. This is going to be it. This is going to be my spot. My home. My home forever. On top of a lily pad? Okay, now you're insane. Like, how do you build on a lily pad? This is crazy talk. Now, I sincerely doubt this game even accommodates this, but I wonder if what would it be like if lily pads had a weight limit? And if you overwhelm the weight limit, they just kind of start going down. Down. Thank you, Arathrabo. Very much appreciate. Much obliged. I will put that towards Victoria 3. A game I am extremely looking forward to. Like, once we get through with the walker block and get kind of caught up on the runner block, I'm probably going to start dumping Dealer's Choice onto Victoria 3. Yeah, I started EVO, but then I stopped because when I was a child, I was visited by a future version of myself who said, "Hey, Lore." And I'm like, "Why are you calling me Lore?" I'm like, "Don't worry, you'll get used to it in like 40 years. I'm like, "Okay. What do you have to tell me about the future?" "All right. I want you to just kill yourself now. It'll be so much easier." All right. I imagine that under the circumstances and provisos that you have done, that the judge would probably feel extraordinarily guilty in a way that they would have to deal with. Because that's the thing. It's a writing prompt, right? So it depends on the judge. It depends on the person. Would it be guilt that they can't deal with? Or would it be guilt that they can deal with? And that's really the question, right? Shut up, Archie and Gaia. Nobody knows how to spell that. Or pronounce it. There we go. Okay, so we've got floor. Do we have, like, foundation? Do we need foundation? We do not. We do need a lot of grass planks, though. So let's go make some grass planks happen. Let's start building a base. Come on. They were not, period. This one had some Sour Patch Kids, comma, along with some beef jerky, exclamation mark. So I feel like building on the water and then building a bridge to the water sort of defeats the point of building on the water, Crazy North. So I'm going to ask you to explain that one to me. Oh, I get some grass, some lumber.
Aphid on the move.
And yeah, I don't know if frogs are a problem. I don't know if birds are a problem. I don't know if dogs are a problem. There's all kinds of things that could be problems here. Okay, if you're wondering what keeps happening, the move forward button happens to be the build button in Satisfactory. So I keep going forward when I'm trying to do this. Oh, those are lost. But yes, we were playing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the video game. Come on. There you go. Nope, nope, okay. Come on. There you go. Let's see here. Questions. Did I watch the newly unearthed unmade Kingdom Hearts pilot? No. Did I ever read Tom DeFalco's Spider-Girl? No. Did I kill this so I could have some food? Yes. Is the pond water safe, or is it scum water like the other scum water? That one I'm not sure about. Of course. Let's see here. Delete these questions. I think it's okay for doing this with Black Widow and Answer of the Warlord, which leads to Iron Man being made. Oh, first one. Fitting that Black Widow can make the one person who can match her. Pretty sure a lot of people can match Black Widow, but I think that works. No, I haven't checked the jukebox yet. And by jukebox, I mean juice box. Okay, so this button? Hey, there we go, okay. None of these are what I want. Okay. Still not what I want. Floor. Unsupported. The original What If series? Oh. I don't think I've ever read any of it. Right, there we go. Okay, now we get some more. I want to try something, prisoners. I also want some music. I love how the grass makes a clear lumber sound effect when you pick it up. That's not a joke. I like that. Nope. Interesting. That's what I was testing. Ugh. Well, what do I think of Batman's no-kill rule? I think it is childish and stupid. It is a boy pretending to have a code in order to pretend that it's okay that he does what he does. I also think that it's also not exactly his fault that things constantly are surviving. Since, you know, a lot of that's on the justice system, which is continuously failing him. However, that being stated, very occasionally writers have done some good stuff with that code. And it boils down to in the idea that Bats feels so completely out of control that the only way he can maintain control is if he never breaks that one rule. That's his safety measure, if you will. So, he doesn't really keep to that rule because he believes in it. He keeps to that rule because he's afraid of what will happen if he breaks it. And I kind of like that. And like I said, a couple of writers have done some cool stuff with that. Oh, he should kill people accidentally all the damn time. Oh, wow, that is a lot of drink. Recovery. Wow. Can I set up like a catcher to just grab this as it's dropping? like a pot or something. All right. Let's build for a minute, shall we? Inventory. I mean, I have a lot of crap in my inventory, which I need to deal with. My craft inventory. Got it. Sap catcher, which I'm going to need weed stems for, but otherwise I actually have everything I need for that. Very interesting. Okay. Well, as I kind of inferred, Latario, it kind of depends what they do with it more than the role itself. All right, so I want to make some things. So, first thing I want to make is straight up storage. I need some inventory space. I need a chest, which means I need clovers, which I hate clovers. God, why is it always clovers? Ah, death to clovers. Well, yeah, that's the other thing, and I've heard this said many times before. Hey, a cookery. One of the things that people tend to forget about the whole Batman no killing rule is that the real fault for those people not being killed is on the justice system, which just throws them in Arkham and then throws them right back out, rather than killing them. Let's drop that. Yeah, but I need a box now, Crazy Horse. So I'm going to do a short-term thing so I can get to a long-term thing. So, short-term... Find the damn thing. There it is. I'm just going to drop this down, like, literally just right here. And just try to, just get... No, not that. Just get some of this stuff out of my inventory. Read that up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so... You know, I just realized my base is, like, in walking distance of Horrific Death spiders. So that's cool. I like being in walking distance of Horrific Death spiders. Get some meat. No, Horrific Death. Horrific Death. Much worse. Okay, Good. Get rid of that while we're here. I think the judge I have in mind, Evo, would insist that they don't feel guilty, but they actually do. And they'd never tell the friend. They would never tell them. But it would just kind of quietly bother them in the back of their mind. You know? Like forever, essentially. Every time they see them, hey, what's it going? Hey, how are things? Things are going great. Yeah, And just in the back of their mind, it's just kind of there. Oh, there's some more liquid coming out of that thing. That's okay, but I'm not going to repeat myself. Death to repeating myself. I can. I have not read To Winter Nights. Sounds like a joke, though. Good morning, Chthon. Yeah, it's a baby. I saw that. Why do you think I'm attacking it? All I get out of his web? Ugh, really not worth the time. I mean, every spider dead is probably a good thing. Let's just be honest.
That's not so bad.
Excuse me. Oh, goodness me. Thank you, Ciela. Very much. As always, and as ever. Crazy Norse, if you know what you want that to be distributed towards. Lunar, you got it. Lunar SSSC. Spider-Man must die. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Although, honestly, what I really want is pictures of Spider-Man. Can anybody help me with that? What, the fact that spiders suck and I hate them? I don't think I've heard of that movie, Gum Gum, so I'm going to go with no. It doesn't sound familiar anyways. There's a question. I know some bugs respawn. I wonder if spiders respawn. That would make killing them worthwhile. Just, you know, depopulate all the spiders from the entire yard. Unfortunately, yeah, I was gonna say, in games like this, there's very rarely a no respawn.
Like they have things to do and people to see.
Very rarely do games like these not have a respawn mechanic, so. And I think it's great, I just think it needs polishing, Evo. The core idea is fine, but what you described literally wouldn't fit, right? So, we hammer a few things out, we change a few things around, and we readjust it, and it'll fit within the confines of the setting. In short, I think it's a great idea. Since weevils are my primary source of food right now, I might as well keep doing that. Yeah, I know meat rots. It's actually got a timer right there, which says how close it is to rotting. Okay, so... I need a lot of stuff. God, I need everything. Alright, what do I need? Let's start. Let's start with... I need a roasting spit, which means I need pebbles, sprigs, and dry grass. Let's focus on that for right now. Listen, writing for fun should never be done. Fun is verboten. We only write for purpose here. The purpose, of course, being to have fun. I don't know, it did get me thinking, though, because... So this is going to sound like a terrible question. I know you're going to hate me for this, Evo. But it really boils down to what, if anything, do I want to do with the Devourer in the future? Sparing him, you know, death is fine, but there needs to be a purpose behind it, as weird as that may sound. No, I'll do a lot of analyzing. What I plan to do... You can just retire. I mean, that's true. But, I mean, happy endings are for losers like me, so I guess I should do that. I swear, are there no pebbles around here? The other place was just swarming in pebbles. Actually, blue mages by their nature don't age, really, after a certain point. Innate magic, yada yada yada. No, yada, 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 not yada. You're only one yada. I need 3 yadas. Yeah, he trips over a pebble while bringing food to starving orphans. And the food rots and spoils, and then someone finds it and then delivers it, and all the orphans get sick and die from it. But not right before they were about to go in front of this morale-boosting event for a bunch of soldiers who die as a result of their morale being low, which causes the battle to be lost and the whole planet's destroyed. Yeah, I think we did it. I think we min-maxed. While we're here, I need to set this, so we're going to go and place that just right now. Easy about that. Okay, pebbles. Pebbles. Which now I'm not finding any. I guess it's just kind of internal pushback, if that makes any sense, Evo. A lot of people I've worked with collaboratively in terms of writing have insisted upon what I would refer to as horrific bad ending scenarios. And, so I usually try to think of the most horrifically bad scenario I can as a way to kind of mitigate it for myself. So I'm like, okay, I've got that barrier of, okay, it can't be this bad, right? Who am I going to play as in Crusader Kings 3? Croatia! I don't know who else. Ladybugs really move a lot of stuff around, don't they? Yeah, Joss Whedon is a person I don't want to talk about. So let's ignore the person for just a second and just look at his writing. Joss Whedon, I swear to God, has a fetish for tragic bad endings. It's just kind of his thing. And he really likes to go full tilt with it. And it honestly kind of de-invests me in a lot of his writing. There's several types of things he can write pretty well, actually. But I tend to not care about his more serious stories. Because they edge into grimdark territory often. Just cartoonishly awful. Yeah, I was going to say, ladybugs are predators, last I checked, although I could be wrong. Like, God. In several gardens, depending on what you're growing, you actually want ladybugs, specifically to take care of other bugs. Okay, so, entire reason I came all the way back here, other than to start transferring resources, is to do this. So let's do... oh, I've only got 3. Okay.
Science.
Berry chair. Cute. There's the acorn. Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff. There's that storage chest you mentioned. Water container, that should be fun. And acorn armor, which we might be able to afford, given how many acorns are by the oak tree. And aphid slippers. Cool. I think we were supposed to get that first. Alright. Oh, hey, we could just do this now. Cool. I mean, in fairness, I have been through some things in my life, and as a consequence tend to not like things happening. But as I've pointed out many times, dark stories don't bother me as much as two separate things. First is when you go too dark. You know, grim dark, ridiculous dark, which is just whatever. And the other thing is when you have a horrible ending, right? House in the Woods, I think I'm saying the right name of the thing, it's a horror film, is probably the perfect example of this, because it's a dark story, but that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the ending. Cabin in the Woods, thank you, Cabin in the Woods. That ending ruins that film completely, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah, as I say, I don't think we have room for everything, but that's okay. To give me a moment before you tell me the plank trick. I don't want to lose my train of thought really quick. Is there something specific I want to build, which requires sap? Do I have sap here? I don't have sap here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Why does it ruin the roof? Have you seen the film before I... Okay. I can't answer without spoiling. But... It's a terrible ending that kind of makes the whole thing really horrific in several ways, and also very defeatist. It's very much a everyone dies, the end kind of an ending. Everything you did was for nothing, the end. Bagoom. I'm gonna keep leaving the ladybugs alone. Because they're so cute, they're so cute. They also have a crap ton of health. So we're gonna leave that alone. Okay. That's funny. Can I just...
That gnat's on a collision course with us.
Well, anyways. We'll be doing this for a minute. Okay, so questions. Let's see. Where's our question queue at? In the Divinity world, there's an ancient empire of lizards and dwarves. What about the humans? To my knowledge, the humans are, as they usually are in fiction, the new kids on the block. So I don't believe there's any ancient human empires. Even the ancient human empire was built on the backs of demonic technology, and therefore doesn't really qualify. Ah, that's honeydew. I don't want honeydew. I want cyan. Yes, but desolation ends. And is avoidable. And is resistible. And... I guess that's it. Which I suppose goes back to what I was talking about to begin with. I don't mind, to put this into simplistic terms, I don't mind working for something. I mind working for nothing. If that makes any kind of sense. In storytelling purposes, that would be, I don't mind, you know, suffering for a good outcome. No, I don't mind. Oh, here's a bunch of acorns. That's going to be great. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Yuna in FF10 is actually a good example for that. Excuse me. Can I run? Oh, I can run while doing this. Yay. Oh, right. Okay, well, no, this is actually a perfect time for it, Walker. So, you were talking about capitalism versus socialism. Let me use a different angle on the question, okay? Small businesses versus large businesses. Boo! And there's all that graph. That's so cool. Thank you for telling me that, Grizzers. What's funny is I was thinking that, too, just looking at it. Last I checked, Lucian is the ruler, although there's stuff with that. But yes, let's just say yes and move it on. There we go. No, Amelia Clark's eyebrows. It's about my empire, from my setting. The Empire. Capital T, capital E. The confusingly named Empire, as I like to call it. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously you will. Listen. Rational arguments should always fix irrational mentalities. That's how that works, right? The overwhelming majority of financial structure in real life has always been leaning towards large-scale corporations. There are some exceptions to that, but they are rare, and frankly, they're usually local. For the most part, the large-scale companies have access to more... There's no dump ball, is there? Have access to more resources, have access to bigger tax breaks. They can provide better benefits to their employees, which means they can hire more employees, etc., 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 right? Yeah, it's literally just statistics. N? I don't see an N. I believe you. I don't believe you. N does nothing. You lied to me, Crazy Norris. How could you? I trusted you. Anyways. But no, what I want to do... Look here. There we go. Yay. So, yeah, large-scale businesses, they just have mathematic benefits, regardless of all other circumstances. Now, that's something that actually a simple law of statistics would counterbalance relatively easily, if not for the other problem. The other problem is the overwhelming majority of tax codes and government subsidizations and all that fun stuff also benefit large corporations and not small. Now, this has been true in real life for literally centuries, even before we had a concept such as a legal entity that is a corporation. But it's a thing. Governments in general preferred larger corporations, first because they would bring in more taxes and be better for the economy, but then second because they were getting paid to prefer them. And that's not hyperbole, that's just straight up fact. The Empire does the opposite. The Empire gives more benefits, more subsidization, more tax refunds, more general benefits for the smaller businesses. And there's a whole lot of nuance that goes into it, which I'd rather not go into because that's getting complicated, and I find myself thinking about two management things at the same time, and my brain's running into a wall on the matter. But the point is, lots of little companies is the Empire's modus operandi, economically speaking, for a lot of reasons, too. It's not just trying to get away from big business. That's not really the issue. Big business would be fine if it wasn't the people involved, right? Like, the big businesses is not the issue. Big business is not the problem. Big business is simply the method by which the problem is using in order to become worse, if that makes any kind of sense. I bet you they did actually intend you to build right here, Crazy Norse. Like, it just looks like that. Anyways. Spriggs. Bowser Jr.? My first thought was, wow, this is a terrible voice actor. My second thought was, oh my god, this kid's annoying. And that's kind of it. There we go, let's grab all of that. Really? Crazy Norse? Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and build the lean-to. Out here, of course. We're just gonna do some... Actually, you know what? Since this is temporary, we're actually gonna put it right here. This is all temporary. We're gonna temporary it up here. Where's the, There it is. Dry grass, of course. Yeah, let's do that really quick. It's okay, we actually have a lot of dry grass around here. Yeah, but I like temporary worker towns before I actually build the city, if that makes any kind of sense. So, the larger... So you might think, does the Empire then outlaw larger companies? No. So there's obviously a very strong benefit to having large-scale companies, too. What the Empire usually does is it straight up subsidizes... let me walk this back, because I'd realize some people in chat might know what I'm talking about. So one of the ways a government can use in order to try and encourage or discourage something is to say, this is not allowed, here's a law, don't do this. That's kind of stupid and almost never works. What a much more reliable way to do is to add several things that make it harder or more expensive to do, or easier or less expensive to do. That's what subsidizing is in a nutshell. You know, if you grow this crop, we will guarantee you this amount of additional funding on top of whatever you sell it for, in order to encourage you to grow this crop, right? So the Empire tends to severely subsidize small corporations and severely, the opposite, discourage larger corporations, except in very specific fields. So, this is interesting.
I need some assistance!
So we're dead. We died. To a wolf spider. I feel like we're probably just gonna go ahead and die here. That's likely what's going to be the outcome of this current interaction. So that's cool. That's cool. It really doesn't like me talking about it. It's a big business. Big business has sent a wolf spider to kill me.
I need a hand!
Certain specific fields of large-scale corporations tend to be subsidized, and as a consequence thereof, tend to be encouraged. Shipping is a big one, for example. Oh no. Yep, I know where I am. So, you know, large-scale shipping concerns, that obviously doesn't really benefit small companies. That's not a thing. So instead, that tends to be subsidized for large-scale corporations to be able to afford the ships and the shipping fees and the people to run them and the maintenance, the fuel and all that fun. Yeah, the goods, right? And that's just one example. But my point is, even though the Empire leans small, they still specifically go and try to push big corporations in very specific fields. And shipping's just the most obvious and easy one. And yeah, exactly, Walker. There's a lot of little things you could do like that to discourage what's generally referred to as the city problem. This is what Walker's talking about in chat. So what does recycle do? Damn, I was kind of hoping it would just dump it in my inventory. That's okay. So yeah, the city problem, for those of you not aware, is there's a... And this is a problem throughout, at this point, all of human history. Where, again, math tends to lean towards people being more and more and more and more city-oriented. Have you ever seen a population distribution map of how many people live in urban versus anywhere else? That's the city problem in a nutshell. No, you're okay, Crazy Norse. I just... I played it off a little bit, but that scared the ever-living crap out of me. looks like there's my corpse. So we're going to head back over here. We've picked up shop, so we're going to head over this way. And we're going to try to make this a little bit safer. Yeah, exactly, Takoida. Like, countryside population is actually mandatory for functional society. And too much city population is bad on so many levels that it's hard to even properly... oh, hey, there's a thing nearby. But we'll get back to that. It's hard to even properly quantify how bad city life can be at a personal level, at a societal level, economic level, at a health level. Yeah, did anybody clip the wolf spider sneaking up on me and eating my face off? Scaring the crap out of me. So, one of the side benefits of trying to focus more on this kind of overall economic and ecological model is to try and encourage people to not congregate solely within the cities. Now, one thing, and this is still within the realm of theory in real life, but I do agree with this theory. One of the theories is that the easier and smoother and quicker and cheaper that you make mass transit across cities or across towns, the more likely people will spread out more rather than being stuck in one centralized spot. Because a lot of the reasons why the city problem exists are purely socioeconomic, right? That's where the jobs are. That's where you live. That's it. Like, there's other factors, but that is one of probably the biggest reasons by a wide margin. So, making it so that you could live over there and work over here without having a horrifically terrible commute, right? And yeah, access to food places, access to go in to see the game, or to go to a particular restaurant you like, or whatever, right? So that's a little bit on the public transit side of things, but that is also that it's you can see how it's all tied in. That's kind of my point. Is you don't just subsidize small companies. You don't just try to tax big companies. You don't just close tax loopholes. By the way, in real life, more and more tax loopholes are getting closed for large corporations. Just a little bit of positivity for you for the day there. But you do all sorts of things. That's my point. You can't... the reason that ship is named the Complexity Solution is because simple solutions don't really work in real life. And I feel an inordinate... Is that the wolf spider? Was that a bug, or did it die? Okay. Anyways, one of the problems, a lot of people want simple solutions to problems in real life. And real life doesn't have simple solutions. Real life has complex solutions. But I'm sorry, I'm getting a little preachy, and I do apologize. It's just something that's been on my brain. Anyways. Hi, Savicum. Alright. I need to reset my brain a little bit. I'm still a little wigged out about the fact that a wolf spider decided to come out and eat my freaking face off. So, let's degauze a little bit. Let's build... what do I need for the big thing? What do I need for the big storage? Sap and acorn shells. Okay, so hang on. Trucked a lot of stuff. Take as much of that as I can, which is not everything, of course. I might actually be able to have that on me. Nope, I need one sap. If this game didn't have arachnophobia mode, I actually... So some of you may remember this. Somebody asked earlier, what would you do if this game didn't have arachnophobia mode? I can answer you that because this game was forbidden until it was announced that they were adding an arachnophobia mode. That was the day that I allowed this game to be added to the list, and the day that people started donating towards it. And yeah, you're right, I need to get a roasting spit going. Let's not do that. Think about it. Hi, Elizar. So I'm going to allow that to go bad. Let let that cook for a minute. Yeah, this is just Aphid Central, isn't it? Jeez Louise. I need sap, which means I need to go towards wolf spider territory. My favorite place to go. Sap, 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 sap. Oh, and I know what you're probably thinking. Hold up, Lore, if complex things require complex solutions, why do people go for simple solutions? So, I want you to put yourself into a shoe here. Let's really go down the chain here for just a second. Let's assume that you're a normal person. I know, weird thought. And you are hungry. Apparently. And you've got your job, there's stuff going on with the kids, and there's this crap going on with this drama in your family, and your friends have been having issues lately, and you just don't even want to think about it, honestly. And you've just got a lot of normal problems in your life. And so all of that crap is all stuff you're dealing with. So you don't really want to be... nothing, Elizar. Why would I care about their opinion? So you don't really want to bother, is what this is boiling down to. You just kind of want to live your life and not think about it. Now let's say some politician says, hey, I've got a solution for that complex problem. And here it is, and it's something simple and easy, and it's like, oh man, that's so easy to understand, and that's totally feasible, I believe you. And you get where this is going, right? Hello. That. What I'm trying to say is that obviously there are stupid people, and obviously there's stupid politicians. But even if there's not stupid people, and even if there's not stupid politicians, normal, well-meaning, well-intentioned people just don't want to bother. And the politicians who tend to get the jobs are the ones who tend to promise the things that people want, which is simple solutions. It's not universal, obviously, but that is a thing. Alright, so I can now make the thing that I want to make, which is a sub towards the Dragon Age block. If I could just make that happen, that would be awesome. Exactly. I wasn't even going to talk about how the media side of this works. And you probably think I mean modern media, but I really don't. I mean just media in general. Like, you go back to the newspaper era, you go back to the person talking on the street era. You want something that you can soundbite.
Morton Noir lipstick, fake hall pass. Whew. Looks like it's all still here.
Oh, okay, that's what that is. I haven't decided yet, Crazy Norse, but at the moment I'm leaning towards no, because wolf spiders, that killed me. Thank you, Polikos. I do appreciate you very much, and I will jot that down for the Dragon Age block. Thank you. I have I cannot think of any particular reason why the Lich King would have, the second Lich King in particular, would have any problem taking over an undead of any kind, shape, or form. So, if you got any evidence on that one, feel free. But let's assume they can't. That still leaves them a supremely powerful entity with a literally infinite army. So... oh no, my undead have been beaten by the orcs. And now those orcs that they killed are now my undead minions. And so are the undead that just died. The reason the Scourge was such an existential threat wasn't because it was the Reapers. It was because their numbers never go down. Their numbers can only ever go up. The exact quote is, "The dead outnumber the living, and they always will." Now, is Sauron undead? Let's go ahead and say no and just ignore your question forevermore. Question gone. Because that's getting into some stuff I don't actually feel like talking about. The underlying mythos of Lord of the Rings just makes my head hurt. Because Sauron is actually a... And that's the answer to that question. Alright, so let's dump... No, I know. I'm debating what I want to hold on me at the moment. I think I'll get rid of the ant parts for right now, so I don't have any immediate uses for them. And that should... Well, I don't need that either right now. Okay. So we've got a thing... Oh, you know what? This is actually really important. I should have done this immediately. I would like to set my respawn point here. Okay. Now that that's done. I don't want to get into that argument, Lataria, if that's okay. So I'm just going to say, you win! And not argue back. What? We're underwater. But... Yeah, even if you argue that Sauron is not controllable by the second Lich King, which is debatable,
Morton or lipstick. Hall pass.
there's absolutely no denying that the moment the Lich King kills any orcs, they are his. So I've decided never to go underwater again. Yes, Scary, and then I'll answer you about Eshrun's Call. Like, I'm serious. The only, I was going underwater, I was thinking, well, at least this isn't Subnautica, where there's horrific predators down here who will kill me instantly the moment I do anything. And then a freaking underwater spider came over to start eating me. What was I doing? Okay. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I swam too greedily and too deep. Apparently. Let's never do that. No, Shelob really doesn't give a damn about Sauron. Shelob is the daughter of entropy. Kind of, literally. The analogy breaks down at a certain point, but that's what Shelob is. Sauron does not have a spider army. However, spiders are actually intelligent in Lord of the Rings. So if, you know, they decided to start working for someone, they could do so. I'm not actually making that up, by the way. Ungoliant was literally written as the physical representation of entropy within the mythos of the setting. Presented here as a gigantic spider which is always hungry, and eventually was so hungry she ended up eating herself. Right, okay, I know what I was doing. I know what I'm doing. God, wake up, Laura. Sorry, it's... You can tell I'm a little rattled because I'm just running around like, what the hell was I doing? Oh, that's right, I was getting eaten by an underwater spider! Okay, so... What I want is a workbench. Which means I need grass planks. Let's go get some grass. Oh, yeah, no, I'm one of those people who firmly believed that Ungoliant was more raw powerful than Melkor. But it's one of those situations where she was never going to really beat Melkor. Not really. Because of her nature. Can Spider-Man kick Sauron's ass? No, no, no. No, 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 no. No. Look, I like Spidey plenty, but Sauron's on a different level. And even if Spider-Man kicked his ass, Sauron would just get up and be like, alright, is that it? How did you get up? I'm not actually a person, dumbass. Okay, so I need 3. You know, I feel like I literally just answered that. The second Lich King would curb stomp Sauron. That's not a fair fight on any level. The Warcraft setting in general is higher tier than Lord of the Rings, and the second Lich King is stupidly high tier for the Warcraft setting. In fact, true story, in the Warcraft rewrite that I hope to do someday, I'm actually going to depower the Lich King because he is too strong. Yeah, we don't even beat the Lich King in the raid where we fight him. He kills us. He kills us. We die in the raid fight against the second Lich King. Yeah, exactly, Kira White Noise. Yeah, limited powers. Anyways, okay, so I've got the workbench now. Okay. You know, the irony is I've been thinking about how I would redo that fight. And I think I would make it so we die at the very beginning rather than towards the end. Weeds! For weeds, I need a better tool. Can I upgrade my tool yet? No. I cannot. Oh, that's cool. I think. Hang on. I don't understand the point of that. Yes, Argus is also the other... There's actually very few bosses in WoW that kill you during the fight. Like, canonically, in lore, kill you during the fight. And Argus and the second Lich King are 2 of them. So on the right side of the screen there, it says requires nearby storage, 1 in range. What does that mean? I mean, now you understand why I don't even like versus questions, Evo. I'm in range of a chest, yeah, but who cares? Oh, so I can actually craft from the chest? Oh, that... If that's true, let's test that. Okay, so I want to make... something I can make right now. A shovel. So, sprig, rope, acorn shell. Sprig, rope, acorn shell. All that's in the chest. And I can still... That's actually really cool. That is such a good quality. If you remember, I got a mod for Subnautica that added this because I love this feature so much. It's one of the very few things most survival games screw up. That's getting its own positive category. I mean, runner's always going to win. We know that. Let's get our shovel. That's legit. I like that. I like that. Lich King versus Kirby? I think we all know the answer to that. The Lich King's like, I will defeat you. And Kirby's like, Boyo! And then there's this really huge, epic, awesome boss fight of amazing. And at the end of the fight, the Lich King's like, I have been defeated. And the Kirby walks over and is like, Boyo! The Lich King's like, you're right. I'm sorry, Kirby. I didn't mean to. But it turns out, secretly this other thing was the evil this entire time. I will now join you in fighting it. And then they go fight it together, and it's awesome. Look, you can make fun all you want. Kirby games are awesome. Alright, so. I want my shovel here. I don't want that on the hockey at all. And I need to start cooking some of my food. So, in a lot of games like this, cooking resets the food decay rate. Confirm, deny, question mark? Thank you. Who would win? Geralt, whose superpower is having the wrong weapon equipped. Him, whose superpower is occasionally taking drugs. Or the Dragonborn. Oh my god, that's why he's so overpowered in Brawl, Paranoid. Do I have... I apparently already got rid of... I actually had a meat I was saving to rot. I suppose I'll let that one rot. Let's just do that. I do need to eat.
That tastes surprisingly not terrible.
That's gross. I mean, Elder Scrolls isn't that high tier, but it's definitely higher tier than The Witcher. Yeah, the Dragonborn beat the personification of time, maybe. Depending on how you define that. Let's get over here where the wolf spiders definitely can't get to me. Definitely. Okay. Hi, Alex. I've been eaten by a wolf spider. How's your day going? Oh, absolutely, Gum Gum. See, look, you can see the holes in the bubble right there. There's a really big one for some reason. I was actually thinking about getting together a legitimate defense, and honestly, this might not be a bad time to do that. Okay, real talk, the shouts are one of the least impressive things the Dragonborn can do. And they're still stronger than anything Geralt's got. Like, even within the universe of The Witcher, the signs are really low-tier magic. So... planks per. Oh, Geralt's legit. The fact that he would lose a fight against a superior foe does not make Geralt any less legit. I mean, why would that make him not legit?
Aphid on the move.
Well, in order to answer Zach Tapp's question, the first thing I'm going to have to do is finish setting up the range here of what eventually will be door, 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 door. Well, that... Seriously, game. There we go. Would Geralt be strong enough to be considered for the raid? No. Abso-frickety-lutely not. No. I honestly don't think Geralt could hang in any Warcraft raid. Not even one. Not even Molten Core. Oh, especially not Molten Core. Yeah, let's go ahead and fight the Lords of Fire themselves. That's a great idea. We got this, because we're Geralt, and we have potions.
Aphid on the move.
But no. That's not going to happen. Yeah, Geralt could do... Actually, I think Geralt could do Dead Mines. I think Geralt could do Dead Mines. That's probably the limit. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a barrier. I'm sure, with total certainty, that the Death Spiders of Death can crawl over that, because they're Death Spiders of Death. So, you gotta explain yourself, Crazy Norse, because I have no idea what you're on about here. So I'm just gonna stand up here, where it's safe, and watch for the Death Spiders to show up. That being said, there's one. No, that's a ladybug. Death Spiders, and by Death Spiders I mean Geralt, would actually thrive in some settings. Like Pokemon. That's not a joke. Think about it for a second. I actually think Geralt would like Pokemon once he allows himself to loosen up about it a bit. He'd just be like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. Huh. So this one works this way? Oh, but this one works this way and that way. Oh, okay. I mean, one of Geralt's biggest advantages is knowledge. Think about it. Well, anyways, while I wait for Crazy Norse to explain, I'm going to look at my question key here. Let's see here. Is it still underthought when a writer or writers bring in elements when they feel like it, ignoring it the rest of the time, or has that transitioned to bad writing? Perfect example. UNIT in Doctor Who, which is a powerful international agency which knows the Doctor, but only in episodes in which they want to write that into the story. So no, that's not underthought. That's a different specific brand of bad writing other than underthought. That's just because plot in a different perspective. There's no Death Spiders. I mean, there are Death Spiders. I have already died to one. And there's one literally right there. I can see it. Do you see it? It's right there. You see the trees being shoved around by this giant death thing? Yeah, that's the Death Spider. And it's coming this way. It's right there. It's just hanging out. I suppose this would be an interesting time to see if it can reach me out here. Definitely saw me, because it's coming for me. Look at it. Yeah, it's aggroed. Now it's coming here. So let's see what happens, since it's right there. You'll notice I got rid of 2 of the platforms leading up to the surface. But, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, Crazy Norse. Yeah, okay. Well, I can transition off. I don't mind doing that. Let's do that really quick. Normally I'd sleep, but my bed is right there. Let me just sleep in the thing's hunting grounds. I can't see it, and if I can't see it, I don't feel comfortable going back up there right now. Where are you? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Watch, then the water spider will be like, "Aha! Nom nom nom!" Because I built out here. Okay. Have I ever played the game Off? Off Mortis something something something? No. It is on the list, though. As an expert Mario, maybe you can help me with this. Is it true that Mario abused Donkey Kong in the circus and he was incarcerated for animal abuse? So, this is going to sound weird, but the answer is yes, but that's a different Mario. So, the original Mario, whose name is actually Jumpman, was the one from Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. And that's the one you're referring to. That's also not actually the Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong Country. It's actually Cranky in that specific case. Mario, as in from the Super Mario Brothers, is a different character. It's really dark. What happens if I sleep and there's a death nearby? Like, will it eat me while I'm sleeping? Is that a thing that can happen? Real question. I actually answered that earlier, Croatia, but to repeat myself, no. The whole point of the modifiers is that they have nothing to do with the score. I suppose that's an interesting point. This is literally my respawn point, so let's just do this. There we go. Pauline is one of those eyebrow-raising things, because Pauline arguably didn't exist in lore. There's that spider. Right there. Just being deaf. Until Odyssey, because she was only a part of the puzzle games. However, if you're asking me why Pauline knows Mario, I'm just going to raise my eyebrow at you. Okay, Death Spider has despawned. Let's tear all this stuff down. How do we do this?
Let's see what we can find.
Wow! Didn't mean to do that. Opinions on Solarpunk. Do you have an example of Solarpunk that I've heard of? Because I'm stupid and terrible and know nothing. Yep. Treasure Planet is Solarpunk? That's interesting. I mean, you can just describe it if you don't mind. We can do this. We can figure out what Solarpunk is. It's probably a thing. That's all I got. It's probably a thing. When did I stop watching wrestling? Oh, geez. 2002-ish? Somewhere around there. There we go.
It's pretty good.
I do not believe you, ma'am. Pebbles, grass, sprigs, and cloverleaf. Do I have all of that? I do. Stop. There we go. Idealized futures with renewable energy and weather climate control. Oh, so the X-Stand. So the question was, opinion on Solarpunk. With it. Let's do it. I like it. More, please. As much as dirty, gringy cities are awesome, we can do better. I wonder how many I can fit on this. I guess I'll find out at some point. Alright, does the Empire have GI bills for servicemen and workers? That's a good question. I'm going to lean towards yes. I mean, the Empire takes care of its people. So, leaning towards yes is what that's going to be. Okay. I only say leaning towards because GI bills, I feel, are more of a roundabout way to accomplish what the Empire would do more directly. You know? Okay. So let's get this going again. Of course, Evo. So are Mage magazines. Majorcraft? Mage Veni, excuse me. Oh, that's an interesting song to pop up. So, I actually can't build that yet. I need a stronger axe to be able to build that. Because I can't chop down weeds yet. Actually, well, here. Nope.
See what we can find.
That's funny, it's unsupported, so I can't currently build it. Yeah. I don't think there's one sport that's most popular, although obviously everybody watches Valsenball. God damn it, David Attenborough. What are you doing right here? Could the Lich King take over a spirit like Exar Kun? That depends on your opinions and definitions, but if you ask me, my answer would be yes. Because Exar Kun is a spirit, and a spirit is a form of undead, and even if it wasn't a form of undead, one of the Lich King's most powerful powers is control over the spirit realm. You've never heard about Valsenball, Evo? Someone hasn't watched the Primus campaign. I meant Exarchun when he's dead. But, oh, this is still unsupported. That's strange. I figured this would be enough support. Oh, the capital. Okay, so I'm going to give you my retconned answer, because I haven't decided if this is the truth yet anymore or not. But once upon a time, the Empire's capital was a system known as Home, which was centered around an artificial star, which had a hollowed-out interior, which was actually the capital itself. Kind of an... You know how you've got the Dyson shell thing with the city on the inside of the planet? The same thing, except the star. Well, see, the thing is, I did Crazy Nurse. Look, this is over the this is on the lily pad. It's right here. Look, see, it's literally on the lily pad. That's why I figured that would do it. Why is it retconned? Well, I haven't decided if it is yet or not. Which is sort of my point, I suppose. Well, before I acquiesce being boring, let's test something. Wow. This is considered an unsupported platform right here. Fully on the lily. 100%. Okay. No, I've got this. I've got this. We'll just do this. Make a bit of a grid. It's now my immediate project. That should be enough for right now. All right. Here. Do I think Spider-Man would get killed by Elendel and Gil-galad? No. Thoughts on Barbara Gordon being Batgirl again thanks to surgery and therapy. She exists in the DC universe. She should have been able to be Batgirl 5 minutes after she was paralyzed. I hate to say it that way because it's, you know, big, impacting thing, and frankly, Oracle is better than Batgirl 10 times out of 10. But there was really no logical reason why she was incapable of being repaired. She exists in the DC universe. Yeah, Batman literally had his back snapped in half by someone who wasn't being gentle about it. He's fine. Die, grub. So, yeah. Let's see here. Do I have any... Who do I have for the World Series? Not the United States, but I actually already answered this yesterday. My answer is Spain. Let's see. Would answer a lot of these. How would Gaunter O'Dim fare in the WoW universe? I have no idea. Because I don't know who or what Gaunter O'Dim is. It kind of depends on your opinion on that. Oh, World Series is baseball? Wow, you can tell I don't care about baseball. I don't care about baseball. I never have, and honestly, I probably never will. No offense. Of all the sports I follow, baseball is just... I've never been into baseball. Watching, anyways. I like playing baseball. Houston versus Philadelphia? I'd take that towards Philadelphia, personally. Let's see. So I think it's possible to add the 9th Doctor to the 10th Doctor block. I mean, it's going to increase the price. But that's going to be a discussion, essentially. And the people who have already donated for the 10th Doctor block would have to okay a 9th Doctor block being added to it. But I'm not going to say no. There's no way to carry these, is there? Yeah, no, they're just going to... Those are just lost. Actually, that's an interesting idea. Hello, Hazardous. When did I oh, I already answered that one. What Pokemon would Geralt have? There would be 2 types of teams Geralt would have. One would be just something ridiculously well-built and overpowered. Like, he'd be the person to think up the I can't be beaten because I have the... I can't even think of the name of it build. The one where you literally can't be beaten and there's no counter to it. That build. There's actually a term for it. I don't remember. Don't ask me. That would be his one team. Then there's his other team. His other team is like really... It's all normal Pokemon. And they're all cute. All of them. They're just adorable little, you know, cute Pokemon, and he's just like, hey there, little guy. Ready to go have a picnic? And he's like, alright, let's go do it. Oh, yeah, he'd totally be the kind of person to make Slack Off actually work. Pikachu isn't that cute. Charmander isn't that cute. Squirtle isn't that cute. Bulbasaur is not that cute. I'm talking cute Pokemon. Not mascot Pokemon. Yeah, Snorlax! There you go, that's where it's really at. I don't actually like Clefairy that much. If someone tries to strong-arm me into a promise, I tell them no. But you asked for my reaction, to which I would look at them weird and be like, no. And then they'd be like, but Lar, and I'd be like, no. I have to keep promises. Ironically, I have been forced into one promise in my entire life. I still keep that promise to this very day. I mean, I've broken one promise in my entire life, so I suppose the fact that I still am keeping true to one promise isn't actually all that impressive, but whatever. If I do that to someone else, well then clearly I'm pure evil, obviously. Also, it doesn't even matter because, I mean, other people don't keep promises. No offense. promise you. Okay, I promise I will keep my promises. Done. And that promise is now kept. So I will go ahead and flag that as done, which means we still only have 2 outstanding promises right now. And yes, I keep track of it that way because I'm a weirdo. That's a good question, Lord Harrimont. But the way I tend to think of it is, if it's a promise made under duress, then you shouldn't make it. Help me understand, Evo. I don't understand. It's not your fault. It's I'm fault. I don't get what you're asking. See, there's this thing called stupidity, and it is me. I am it. I was the stupid one all along. It was all pinky promises. All of it. 100%. Nothing. Now, there might be one by the soda can. That's actually not a bad idea. Yes, there is no brain, for I have the dumb. There it is. You discovered Soda Drop. You discovered Sugar High. Yes, it's very contagious. I should answer your questions here. Have I designed any... scientific journals within the extant? No. I'm not sure how I'd go about doing such a thing, to be completely honest with you. Here's a good building song. Contract. Yeah, I think I agree with that, Cruisinors. I want to see if having nothing up here doesn't aggro the death spider. Hang on, Paranoid. I don't have a question right now from you. If it was the question about the DLC, I did answer that. In short, all the DLC are good, none of them are essential. Definitely worth playing with or without. That's the super summary. How big is the extant? It is 1 galaxy. And a few subdimensions. What? I'll look away for 1 second. 1 second. To see chat. Okay, how does a typical judge's daily routine look like? Wake up. Is there anything I should know today? Eat breakfast. Maybe exercise. Maybe watch the game. Whatever they're into. Basically, imagine an extremely normal day, except when they're at work, they're a judge, and otherwise they're just a completely normal person. And there you go. That's a judge. Okay. We have the beginnings of a base. What the heck is metaphysics? Do I like William Shakespeare's plays? Nope. Could Spider-Man carry the One Ring? Nope. What if I was dropped in the world of I Have Been Mouth and Must Scream? Instant suicide. What if I'm witnessing someone being coerced or harassed to do a promise they don't make? Then it's none of my business and none of my problem. Unless I have infinite power. At which point everything's my problem. There's a Spidey. But that's okay. Man, I don't, Alex. It's coarse and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Let's actually move this over here by the crafting area. So now we have 2 chests nearby. Check it. Lots of stuff. So using the Stellaris Empire creator, specifically Materialism Pacifist, what would the board from Outer Worlds be? So corporations are actually a governmental power in Stellaris. So, in summary, that. I'm not sure about specifics, though, because I don't know off the top of my head. Did Superman wear the One Ring? No! Hang on, let me walk that back for a second. Yes, Superman could wear the One Ring. Take it back. Didn't realize that was a multi-slurp thing. And yeah, I know there's a spider camp right over there. Actually, it was already over there. But if you've been paying attention, we're several minutes into my lunch break. It's sorry, the dumb has spread, paranoid android. Run! Run for your miserable lives. So here's the best part. I can't actually, I can't sleep for 1 minute. There we go. That was very strange. It boils down to this, Evo. Would you rather say, what days do I need to know something about, and then just kind of have knowledge in your head about every day ever, and have a really, really complicated calendar keeping track of that? Or would you rather make it part of your wake-up morning routine? But yeah, no, it is break time. So let me save. And, I guess I have to quit because there's no pause button. So we'll do that. Quick question, how's it so far? Liking it more than not. I am still trying. I've just barely dipped my toe into the water of building, but I am liking the survival side of things quite a bit. We'll see what I think of the building side of things, hopefully, in about an hour.